Disclaimer: the content provided in this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. While we discuss topics related to mental health advice, life wisdom, and alike, the opinions expressed are personal views of the hosts and do not constitute professional, legal, or medical advice. We make no representations or warranties about the accuracy or completeness of the information discussed. Any action you take based on the information in this podcast is strictly at your own risk, and we are not liable for any losses or damages in connection with its use. Additionally, this podcast may contain discussions around addictions, substances, which are intended for adult audiences. We do not endorse any illegal activities. Please consult your local laws before engaging in any actions related to this content. By listening to this podcast, you agree that you are over the age of 18 or the age of majority in your jurisdiction and understand the terms of this disclaimer.
Welcome to the Balancing Forces podcast, where two opposites collide in the best way possible. One brings the fire,
the other keeps it chill.
But together we share life's lessons, hard-earned wisdom,
advice you can actually use.
Whether you need a fresh perspective or just a laugh, we're here to elevate your mind. So buckle up, because things are about to get real and
really funny.
Are you ready to level up your astrology game? Join the Alchemist Laboratory by Solar Systems. For just $33 a month, you get access to 10+ courses, a resource library, manifestation secrets, live Q&As, and so much more. Over $2,300 in value. Transform your understanding of astrology and unlock hidden knowledge. Sign up now through the school app and follow Solar Systems on TikTok and Instagram.
Bonus track 13, When the Soul Burps Gold. I have to be honest, there are certain things I love greatly about my work as a spiritual counselor. Well, actually, I love pretty much all of it. People ask me how I can listen to people's problems all day and go into their deepest stuff. Don't you get exhausted? Heck no. I am more jacked at the end of a day counseling than I am at the beginning, and I can't wait to wake up and do it all over again. It's the same with me when I'm writing. A 16-hour day of writing, and I'm eager to go to sleep, not because I'm tired, but because I want to do it again tomorrow. Well, within this realm of loving most everything about counseling, there are certain times that really make my butt pucker and put me on the edge of my seat, times when I know a breakthrough is imminent. And it's nearly always after I ask a penetrating, difficult question of a client and hear, in response to those precious 3 words, I don't know. See, those 3 words represent a part of a person that is either unexplored or unsolved. Thus, quite logically, it's there on that new ground, that fertile ground, that something magical is going to happen. And boy, if you ever want to see resistance, ask a person to push through the I don't know they offer when asked a deep question about him or herself, something they either never thought about or never found resolution to. Well, just give it a shot, I prod. Pretend maybe you do know. Just take a wild guess at what the reason might be that you've done this in the past or continue to do this. Knowing you can change your answer next week or next month, what might be the reason? To which they always respond, but I don't know. That's the point. I've never thought about this before. Or I've tried to figure it out and just can't. I don't know what the answer is. Right, got that. But if you were to guess at what it might be, like now, just totally speculate, what might it be? Sometimes this back and forth can go on for about 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes they buckle sooner. But if I don't back down, they eventually realize that I'm not backing down, and then think about it, or, better, blurt something out. Blurts are awesome because they're always like a burp of the soul. Just this one gaseous bubble of truth rising up from deep in their soul, unvetted by the ever-churning mind. It's all feel and no thought, and that is very, very good. And whether by burp or by guess, when pushed through the I don't know, truth is almost invariably uncovered. The client throws out to me his or her best guess, and if it feels like there's some meat on the bone, I just run with it, continuing as if it were true, and 99 times out of 100, it is. Naturally, that's when light bulbs go on over their head, revelations of the soul. That's when breakthroughs happen, and the real momentum begins to take over. It's such a stunningly beautiful thing to watch. Lives are changed, right there, right in the middle of I don't know. This isn't just cutesy crapola. I don't know is the phrase that pure magic is made of in my world of spiritual counseling. It's a simple trick you can use even in your own personal journaling. I use it on myself when I'm stuck or in need of deeper illumination. I just spitball what it might be and then run with it. 99% of the time, the first burp of the soul is spot on. Ask the question and burp whatever bubble up from the soul, or even ruminate, speculate answers. Go with the one that feels right. Then let your life be changed as you get a new window in your soul. I don't know is where the real gold of the soul lies. Once you discover an answer or six to an I don't know, dig deeper. Like a 7-year-old hectoring mom for facts about some important second grade topic on the drive to soccer. Well, why? And why is that? But why did that happen? But what about this other thing? Etc. Keep asking why. Go deeper. Dive further into the revelation on the other side of I don't know. That's where the gold is. Journaling recommendation 1. So let's tinker around a bit here. This is generally something I have to do in person because I have to be able to sniff out my own curiosity where to go with questioning. But let me ask you, if we were to set your future aside and only look at your present and past, what are the 3 biggest I don't knows in your life? That is, what are the 3 biggest things from your past and or things you still think or do in your present that you have no explanation for, or that you have always answered, I don't know, when queried about why you do that? What are the great unanswered questions of your life? 2. Now, if you were to speculate what the answer to one of those questions is, what would you say it is? Just if you were to take a wild guess, knowing you could change your mind tomorrow or next week, what would you speculate is the real reason? I often have people say to me, well, Sven, I don't know. I've never thought about this before. I know you haven't. I'm asking you to not only think about it now, but to stay focused on it and just throw the answer out there that it might be just off the top of your head. 3. Now, do that same thing for the other 2 things from your past and or present that were your other I don't knows. Speculate. What might the reason be? Now, if I were with you, I'd be able to sense whether it's deep enough or not, whether it's the bingo answer or not. But you're going to have to do this part on your own, and it requires a certain measure of intuition and sensing and feeling the answer for what sort of feels right. One way to test it for veracity is to simply sit on it for a day or a week. Offer up that answer and hold it. Dwell on it for a week. Let it sit back there in your head, off the front burner. Come back to it in a week and just feel again. Does it feel like that really is the answer? If you have to keep thinking about it and vacillate back and forth, let it go. When something is right, it just feels right. There's a certain sense of knowing it's right. One more way to test the rightness of an I don't know answer is with this simple question: did your answer bring an epiphany? Does it feel like an epiphany? Does it feel like a holy crap moment? Does it give you a sense of wow, wow, wow? Like you just stumbled upon something very real, very significant, and very powerful? If not, it's not the right answer. When you hit the answer to a long held I don't know, you know it. You feel it. There's a serious sense of awe that you just stumbled upon something seriously ill, seriously monster. What's the effect of realizing these new answers to your big I don't knows? What is the vibe? Does it feel like you've just found a new door? Like you've just looked inside one of the hidden secrets of life? Like hardcore, holy crap? See, now's the really trippy part. Now you got to start spinning out the ramifications and multiple sub epiphanies. What other revelations do your 3 epiphanies give birth to? What is it you realize you need to do, be, say, become, etc.? What really, really, really are the course corrections that spin out of all of this? How does this rewrite the story of your life, past and present? See, this is where life starts to get heavy, get real, and get deliberate. If you can dive into your own I don't knows, you can do some serious soul spelunking. The wisdom of life begins to not only open up to you, but to do so at your command. And this is when the velocity of soul work increases exponentially, when you can begin to look within deeper and deeper, all on your own. Now is when we're getting somewhere.
I did reach out to the author of the book to see that it would be okay that we do this.
So remember, we're giving away this signed autograph copy of There's a Hole in My Love Cup. To enter, just like, subscribe, and comment. Also sign up for our Beacons link to get into the giveaway. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay amazing, stay awesome, and remember always to keep it real.